be showing you guys how to play the infamous track 5 off of Taylor's brand new Tortured Poets Department album, So Long London. Here is a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you're only going to need to know 5 different chord shapes to play through this song, and we're going to start with our D major, which looks like this and sounds like this. By the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner course right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out. The next chord shape is our B minor. We also have our E major. Then there's our A major. And the last chord shape is our F sharp minor. And if you're currently struggling with your F sharp minor or your B minor or any other bar chord, I did just come out with a brand new bar chord mini series, so I'll make sure to link that here as well. So go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really memorize those chord shapes, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them, because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier. And if this is a skill you're currently struggling with, I do have a Practice With Me series right here on YouTube where we go through this skill in real time together, so I'll make sure to link that here in the corner. But once you have those chords under your belt, we can go ahead and talk about the strumming that you can use for this song. Alright, so as always, if you are brand new to guitar or you struggle with singing while playing at the same time, the first thing I would suggest doing is to bring up the song and go ahead and play through it with a single down strum on each chord change as you sing through the entire song. And just take this time to really get used to what word you're singing whenever those chords are changing. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift. Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away. So that's just a quick example, but you would essentially want to do that for the entire song and just really make sure you know where those chords are going to be changing. And this is actually something you do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to leave that link in the description box. But once you get the single down strum under your belt, we can talk about the full strumming pattern that you can use for this song. Alright guys, so the strumming pattern I would recommend for this song, as you can see, is pretty simple. It's just all down strums, and we're going to count it in an 8th note pattern, so it's going to sound like this. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, 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 down. All right, pretty simple, and basically you just want to play that through one time per chord throughout the song. So let's go ahead and look at verse 1 as an example. We have our D chord on to begin. You're just going to do these 8 down strums, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you switch to your next chord, B minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we have our E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we have our A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, and that's basically what you'll see through most of the song here. So if we play it without stopping, like stringing them all together and add in some singing, it'll sound like this. I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift. Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting. Alright, so if you're familiar with my tutorials, this is where I would usually talk about accenting different beats. But for this song, since it's very kind of like beat heavy throughout the whole thing, I would actually advise you just to keep all of the notes pretty even so we don't have to worry about accents. I'm not going to throw in any palm muting for this one. I think the guitar should more or less be very background to the vocals, so we're just going to keep it the same way throughout the entire song. And so the way we just played it, that's how you're going to apply it for all of the verses as well as the bridge. So let me just go ahead and show you the bridge really quick. We have a few different chords here. So we have F sharp minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A, E, B minor, and you say I abandoned the ship, but I was going to die. White holding tight to your quiet resentment, and my friend said it was right to be scared every day. about the singing on this one. I just learned this song because the album just came out recently. But anyways, all you would do is apply the strumming pattern one time per chord for most of the song. Now, really quick, I do want to add a vertical line here right in the middle, and this is going to represent where we want to change chords. So in the chorus, wherever she sings So Long London, we are going to actually basically change chords twice as fast. So on the left half here, we're gonna have one chord, and on the right half, we're gonna have another chord. So basically the strumming pattern is not changing at all. All we're doing is we're going to change our chords a little bit more frequently, okay? We have B minor, D, And while we're talking about split patterns, there is something that I think you can add in. It's totally optional, but I think it really dresses up the song, which is on your A chord. If you take off your ring finger, that's your A suspended 2. What I like to do when I play through it in the verses is at the end, when I end with the A, I'll actually split this the way we do for the chorus. So I'll play A for the first 4 down strums, 1 and 2 and then I'll go to my A sus2, take off my ring finger, 3 and 4 and. All right, totally optional, but let me show you how that kind of dresses up the song. So in the verse we have D, B minor, D, and then here we split A sus. All right, if you do that in the verses, I think it sounds really cool. I saw in my mind fairy lights in the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift. Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away. My spine split from carrying us up the hill. Alright, and you would just keep going like that. So totally optional if you want to add that in. I do think it sounds pretty cool. But basically this strumming pattern, just plain old Jane like this, no accents, no palm muting, nothing like that. You can use this for the entire song and it sounds really close to the actual album track. Alright guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really internalize that strumming rhythm. Even though it's fairly simple with all the down strums, you do kind of have to keep a count in your head. So go ahead and pause and practice that as long as you need to. But once you come back, we can put together all that we've learned to play through the song. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Jamming out to the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other Swiftie sing-along guitar tutorials. I have so many of her songs from all of her albums on there, so I would recommend checking it out if you are a Swiftie. I will make sure to leave that in the link down below. If you enjoyed learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe and feel, but it's just as fun and easy to play, so I'll see you over there.